Black Green Ooze versus
Look
Nicholas
at this
Hewett
mirror
on the
match.
right.
Look at this mirror match. Beards, like,
hats, black shirts / apparel. We have a Phillies fan versus an Under Armour fan, and we are underway here as we're going to see a Temple Garden. I see a green white land. Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, no. The green is correct. He's actually splashing green instead of black. That's the one difference.
So he's green white ooze.
He is green white ooze without a green card in his main deck, though.
Without a white card.
Or white card, sorry. Yeah, he has green cards. What is the white for? Selesnya Charm out of the sideboard is the only white card I can see.
Okay.
He's splashing white for Selesnya. That is awesome. Nicholas, you've got my vote.
I mean, this build on Adrian's side is a little more traditional. As you're going to see Predator Ooze here on turn 2. He's got the black for Tragic Slip. He also has black here for Dreg Mangler, of course, and
Yes.
Lotless Troll. So yeah, this is much more akin to the Kibler version, where Nicholas has done a little bit of brewing.
Yeah, and he is a little bit behind on board, though. Like, first player with an ooze is going to get to deal more damage. Also, Adrian does have the Tragic Slips to interact with them a little bit more favorably. We do have sideboarded Selesnya Charms that will help. But for now, Adrian gets to do the beats. But who wins the beats when there's no Rancor on the board? We definitely need to see Rancor, but we do see the slip that's going to take care of it.
Yeah, that ooze has got to get out of the way right now. And Tragic Slip is going to take care of that. One of the few ways to actually kill Predator Ooze is a Tragic Slip. So bye-bye to Nicholas's ooze, and we'll see Adrian's going to move that Tragic Slip over here. We're going to see Strangleroot Geist come in, and it's beat down a clock.
Yeah, we're going to deal 4 damage, but I don't really understand. How does an ooze slip? It kind of just like slimes around.
I don't know. I mean, it must be a pretty big fall.
It has to be, yeah.
But -1/-1 doesn't even seem like that big of a fall.
It falls into a hole. It falls into cracks because it's an ooze. That's what happens.
Flavor judges here. Brad Nelson, flavor judge on your off days.
I mean, after being in this game for 10 years, I just go down that path a little
That's
too
fair.
much.
That's completely fair. We are going to see what looks to be a Dead Bridge Goliath.
That is a wall, and we're going to say, stop, Adrian. Stop what you're doing. But you are going to be able to continue to attack with that Predator Ooze, since it is indestructible, and it continues to get counters.
Dead Bridge Goliath, I know that when it was first revealed, this was kind of the card that showed us the scavenge mechanic. A mechanic that hasn't really seen a lot of constructed play, unfortunately, even though it is a pretty cool mechanic, as we're going to see a Rancor here on the Predators.
They were afraid of redoing the Golgari Terror, right? Like, they were definitely still, like, dealing with Dredge, and they did not want another graveyard-based mechanic that was broken, so they made sure it was expensive. Nice guy Nicholas, his opponent attacks, he ticks the die up.
Yeah, friendly game.
Yeah.
Friendly game. I don't know. I wish I would have seen like a scavenge card that was like a little bit more powerful, I guess.
Dead Bridge Goliath doing everything but surviving if he blocks.
I think you just got to take it on the. Yeah. All right. So it's
Oh,
gonna block
okay,
this guy.
yeah.
All right. So this is gonna block Strangleroot Geist. Strangleroot Geist is gonna die. It's going to undie. And it'll come back as a 3/2.
It was a sneaky Strangleroot. I did not see that in combat. I thought it was just the ooze coming in. But this is going to open up another Tragic Slip. Now, I can definitely see a Dead Bridge Goliath dying if you slip that. All right, Arbor Elf number 2 for Adrian. And he does not want to use that Tragic Slip, which is interesting enough. I would definitely just want to get rid of that guy.
He has no fear of the Dead Bridge Goliath. Doesn't care.
Even with one in hand, he knows the restrictions that card has.
So let's see what Nicholas can do here, as he did draw a Garrick Relentless for the turn. Garrick, a card that you sound like you're a big fan of moving forward in the standard format. Not just for this deck in the mirror, but just overall.
Yes, it's a very good card when accelerating to kill other acceleration spells. You definitely saw that in Barcelona if you were back watching the block format. It was an Avacyn's Pilgrim Garrick metagame where whoever was on the play would be able to get a Garrick first and kill the mana development and take over the game that way. And you'll see that in these continuing to go on with these Arbor Elf Avacyn Pilgrim mirrors, where you just kill their early acceleration. They don't get their 5 and 6 drops on play early. And not a card that's good against ooze, though.
Those mirrors are starting to be commonplace as well, as we're going to see, because Garrick took care of the Arbor Elf, something did die, Morbid does occur, and now the Tragic Slip takes care of the Dead Bridge Goliath. So it was trying to hold down the fort, but it's not going to be able to do that now.
And now we have 10 points of damage coming in this turn if he wants to attack with the Arbor Elf. dropping Nicholas down to 1. Now it's just going to be to 2.
You see that Adrian did draw another Predator Ooze for the turn.
Excuse me, he'll probably kill the Garrick.
It says all of it? I think it's all going upstairs, so doesn't fear the Garrick. As
He
it can't
fears
just crank
no
out.
permanence.
Yeah, it can just crank out a little 1/1 little guy that has Death Touch, and we're going to see another Ooze, and Death Touch doesn't... Death Touch less than sign indestructible,
Yes.
because I'm good at math.
It
So I
works.
just use the equation.
All right, so Big Garrick cannot come into play. Well, it can.
Legally it can.
Legally it can, but it will not have anything in the game, and there we go.
You're going to see Nicholas concede here. So Adrian Valella, with his black-green Ooze deck, is going to take down green-white Ooze. You see the power of Tragic Slip against the Predator Ooze deck.
Yeah, I mean, well, once we get to sideboard, Nicholas does have 3 Slesny Charms, so they are a little slower than the Tragic Slips, but they will be able to do some interesting things against Rancors as well. And let's just take a look at his. I don't think there's any over in Adrian's list, but he is playing Wandering Wolf. Now, it's a card that I actually like a lot right now.
Okay.
In like a green-red shell, where you just like play that. There's also a blue-green deck that I've been like brewing with, but I'm not gonna go play it, so I'll spoil it here.
Okay.
I saw it and I wanted to keep working on it, but it was just green-blue, splashing blue for Simic Charm, and you can run maybe some counter magic. But you were just mono green aggro with Arbor Elves and Wandering Wolves and Young Wolf, Stringrope Geist, Champion of Lambholt, and so you
Love
run
that
8.
card.
You run 8 Giant Growth effects in Giant Growth and Simic Growth,
Okay.
or Simic Charm.
Simic Charm, okay.
And you run Champion of Lambholt and Rancor, so that's like your combo. And you just run all the aggressive green guys you can.
Okay.
And you just try to combo out your opponent. And I played against it once, and it was, it sent me packing really quick. It was in the
Sure.
finals of an 8-man too. Champion of Lambholt got big real quick. You ran a bunch of the what's the ability Sterngrove Geist has? Undying.
Undying,
Yeah, so you just kept getting multiple triggers on your guy.
Sure.
It was interesting. And so, yeah, he's playing Wandering Wolf, which with a Rancor gets to do a lot of damage, especially early. Even with a vulnerable toughness of 1, it still just can't get blocked by anything smaller. So it's always going to trade up, which is great. And we have Yeva and Wolfir Silverheart. So, like, Silverheart plus Rancor is probably going to be what Nicholas is going to need to overpower Adrian's deck, since he doesn't have the Tragic Slips to kill a lot of the creatures as well.
Silverheart, often the king of the green mirrors, as it were. I know back in the Barcelona days that was the most important card for the most part. Those green mirrors,
yeah.
that and Bonfire of the Damned, and there were ways to interact earlier, but it normally came down to who drew the most Silverhearts.
Oh yeah, and because of how powerful Garrick and Silverheart were, there was like the evolution of the format that you would play Naya Splash Aristocrat just to get around these powerful cards. Very interesting block format, but it stopped evolving quickly.
Yeah, it did get stale pretty quick.
Jund Splash Restoration Angel was the format.
That was the best deck.
Also, Bonfire, and you guys can't see me, but
The Kibler gif. You die. And we saw Huey Jensen. We saw Huey Jensen Bonfire Kibler when we were in Las Vegas doing coverage as well. He actually did the hands and everything.
Oh, did he?
So yes, he did.
It's beautiful.
Taking a look here at Adrian's sideboard, we see 3 copies of Appetite for Brains, 3 Ranger Skiles, an additional Tragic Slip, which is certainly going to come in, 4 copies of Deathrite Shaman, 2 Duress, and 2 Abrupt Decays. So, he does have a lot of different elements in his sideboard here. Tragic Slip, the easiest one to bring in. We could see Abrupt Decay come in. We could even see a card like Ranger Skyle as well come in. Not sure which avenues he's going to take, but I think the easiest one is just the one Tragic Slip and bring him up to 4 after sideboard, because you want to be able to win those Ooze Wars.
And I'm hoping Nicholas brings in his 2nd copy of Revenge of the Hunted. I really want to see that one go.
A little
off.
miracle?
Yeah, we need a miracle. We're down a game, and you can't get a miracle without having it in your deck.
That's true.
Well,
So we do see both players are going to lay out their 7 cards here. Take a look, Ski. As Nicholas will be on the play this game, as he did lose the first one.
something's funny over there.
Yeah, we do see players having a good time there in the booth. Our table spotter, he can't actually control himself.
Yeah,
He's losing
It's
it.
Jeff Foster, and he's dying.
We do see both players are happy with their 7. We're going to see an Uval Tracker start
Very
the
good
show
way
here.
to start things off.
I think that is I don't want to call that Brian Kibler's invitational card, but now we're the Tracker mirror.
No, his invitational card is 100% Baneslayer. He played 1 copy Baneslayer in almost every single deck he ever played in. He always drew at the turn he needed it, and I was so jealous. It's like 1 Elspeth, 1 Baneslayer in his like just hyper aggressive Boros deck, and he curves against the guy at Worlds.
And now we're going to see a Rancor on the Movable Tracker. So Tracker is going to give some beatdowns here.
Yeah, I mean, he can either like force the trades or deal some damage, but that the Trackers might just trade off here.
You see Nicholas's hand. He has a Centaur Healer, Predator, some other stuff over there, but it doesn't look like he has a white source of mana. Where Adrian does have black mana here. He's going to play a Woodland Cemetery, and we'll see if he's going to play Lotless Troll.
Yeah, he's going to...
Or it's going to be a Strangerroot Geist. All right. So here come the beatdowns for 3. So it's a race.
You deal me 3, I'll deal you 3. Definitely some very significant edges in this matchup being on the black side as opposed to the white.
Yeah, for sure. Tragic Slip just play a huge role here. If the Tracker with Rancor is going to come across again.
Same with Lotless Troll.
Yeah.
Very important. Be able to block the Ooze all game.
And now we have a Predator Ooze here from Nicholas.
Don't slip me, bro.
So Adrian will draw a Lotless Troll to go with the other one in this. It looks like he has 3 Lotless Trolls.
Yeah, and he's really constricted on lands. I think he only has 2 available. Kept a 2-liner, didn't draw anymore. But when that happens, you can just play Lotless Troll, discard your hand, and you have a big monster.
And that works out pretty well with the
I don't think he's going to play around Selesnya Charm. That is not a card I would put on the radar right now.
Yeah, I would almost certainly not play around Selesnya Charm unless I was working with perfect information. So we see Adrian looks like he's going to play an Overgrown Tomb, so that's going to come and play untapped. All right, so he does have at least a 3rd land here. And he does have a Deadbridge Goliath in his hand, one that he can't get to just yet, but Lotless Troll plus Regeneration is a pretty good turn as well. And there you are going to see a Lotless Troll.
And is he going to hold up Regeneration? Because one thing that I'm afraid of is if Adrian does not deal with this Tracker, he's going to be able to next turn kill Adrian's Tracker and get, Uvenwell Tracker control. And that's not somewhere you want to be.
So we saw Adrian come across with a Strangerroot Geist there. Nicholas could have chosen to block with his Predator Ooze, but he elected not to, seeing as he probably doesn't want that Strangerroot Geist to be a 3-2. But he is going to come across here with a Predator Ooze, and it's going to get a counter from the attack trigger. So it's going to become a 2-2 that's coming across now.
All right, he kind of wants to get rid of that Rancor. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I do not know these Ooze Mirror
I can't say that I am an Ooze Mirror player either. We'd have to get Kibler on the horn here.
Maybe it's just too aggressive to try to eke out advantage with your trackers.
Yeah.
Too many powerful creatures.
And so we see Lotless Troll is going to jump in front of the Predator Ooze. It's going to regenerate, and then Nicholas is going to follow that up with a 2nd Predator Ooze. So Ooze the boss. It looks like Nicholas is right now as he has the Ooze advantage. Adrian's going to draw a Rancor here, but he's certainly got some catching up to do because he's behind on the Oozes and does not have Tragic Slip.
And getting your creature's power higher doesn't matter when your opponent's attacking with 2 indestructible creatures.
Yeah. All those guys need now is Trample.
Well, I mean, he was trying to do that with his Tracker, trying to get rid of that thing. I mean, we might even see him, suicide the Tracker into something, trade, and get that Rancor off of it. But, I mean, that's been powerful. It's what dealt 6 damage already in this game? Or 9?
Yeah, it's dealt 9 already.
Yeah, it's dealt 9. Not a 2-card combo I ever thought was going to deal 9 damage.
So Adrian, he has a Tracker in his hand. He has a couple of Lotless Trolls in his hand as well. He wants to figure out how he wants to navigate these next couple of turns here because he is, as you said, constricted on mana, so he can't really play 2 spells in one turn, be able to regenerate with his Lotless Troll that's in play. So he really needs to navigate these turns correctly so he can eke out all of his advantages and just catch back up.
Well, in times like this, when both players have a ton of cards and they're both restricted on mana but one's ahead, I felt like he should just go all in on that Troll. Just
make it a big guy.
Make it a big guy and just try to win with that.
You see Nicholas does draw Sun Petal Grove for the turn now, so that's Selesnya Charm, the Centaur Hero that are in his hand. They are live draws now. And they're actually going to turn up to do something here. So here comes the Predator Ooze.
Just 1, not...
there we go. The string attack.
Yeah. Just want to see the eyes first.
Yeah. So we're going to see some blocks here, but of course, none of the blocks are all that great, as he's going to throw Strangerroot Geist in front of the 3/3/1. Ooze is going to get a counter from taking down a creature.
And he's
as long as Nicholas does remember. The Strangerroot Geist is going to become 1 bigger.
Yeah, Strangerroot gets a counter. He did forget the Ooze, And I do not think Adrian's going to stop the game and get that counter put on.
I have a feeling you are correct.
I mean, Nicholas was a nice guy and put the counter on Adrian's, but not returning the favor.
So let's see what Nicholas wants to do this turn. If he does want to hold up Selesnya Charm, if he wants to just cast Centaur Healer, maybe do a little bit of fighting there with the Uvenwall Tracker. So now we're going to see some fighting here. You're going to see Lot
He's going to fight Regenerate. Ooh, so do you, in response, fight your tracker to the Lot Troll to force it to... Nope.
He doesn't. I can see, yeah. He responds to the regeneration by fighting.
And then force 3 damage onto the troll, so you have to discard 4 spells. Or 3 creatures. Sorry, 3 creatures, yeah.
That's not what happened. Troll's going to take down that tracker. Rancor's going to go back to Nicholas's hand. You see Adrian does finally draw his 4th land here, so Deadbridge Goliath is a card that he can cast. He can also slam down 2 Lot of the Trolls if he'd like to. It looks like he's going to lead off with a Rancor here.
Oh, debating on his 2 1-drops, 1 tracker, 1 Rancor. All right, Rancor gets on there. Now that does make that a Selesnya Charm target if he would like to use it. He's like 5 yes please. Oh.
How about Yeva?
Is he going to block though?
It looks like he is going to block and force a trade.
All right, just wants to keep these oozes, like control everything but the oozes.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on. Let's figure this out.
So that is a 5-2 Yeva, or excuse me, a 5-2 Strangleroot Geist, and a 4-4 Yeva. Yeva, a card that we'll bring up on the screen for you guys as well. You can cast green cards though they have flash, and there's a 4-4, and this was one of the better cards in M13 Limited. I remember that, and this is a card that
so powerful.
Might start to see a little bit more constructed play here as the green cards do get a little bit better, and it's a card that absolutely no one plays around.
You can't.
Yeah. From the green decks, no one ever plays around it, and the same can be said for the Wolfear Avenger as well. Another card that people just really don't play around very much. But we do see damage occur. Creatures are going to trade off here, and then you're going to see a post-combat Rancor there on the Lotleth Troll, and he's just going to pass the turn up, threatening regeneration and fight with the tracker.
Well, he needs to because Nicholas is representing Czech.
Yes.
Lethal with a 4-4 and a 3-3 Predators attacking this turn. Rancor is going to help out that clock. That makes this a little bit more difficult.
So Ooze is getting bigger, Ooze is attacking, Ooze is ticking up.
All right. Always changing up how he attacks the 2 oozes.
Yeah. This time, a very forceful attack.
Yes.
This guys. No string attack.
He sees the win. He tastes the blood.
So you see a 6-power Ooze because of the Rancor, and then a 3-power Ooze coming across.
6 power of it is trample, so blocking with the Lotleth Troll there isn't going to be that great, but that would drop Adrian down to 1 life. Still doesn't have one of his tragic slips.
Yep. We saw how important those were in the first game. Not having one here right now, you see that Oozes can't take over if there's no way to take them off of the board. Can win a green mirror on their own. You normally think of a card like Wolf or Silverheart or something. In green mirrors, Aiken, the biggest creature always wins these wars. But right now, you see really just the power of Predator Ooze with an indestructibility just taking over a game. If you're going to see regeneration here by Adrian.
So just hopefully sees it. Takes 5 trample damage, dropping Adrian to 2. Losing the tracker, potentially discarding some cards. I mean, Adrian is restricted on mana right now, and so maybe he will discard to just catch himself back up.
Looks like it's definitely something he's considering right now, but nope, he's just going to let that happen. The Ooze will take care of the tracker. The Ooze will move up.
Charm number 2? Oh no, he didn't cast it, so he still has a.
He has a charm. He has a Centaur Healer, and looks like another a Wolfear Avenger.
So yeah, he did not get the memo. I mean the trample. He could have killed with the other Predators.
Yep. You see Golgari Guildgate the draw there for Adrian.
Now he just needs 9 more in a Dragon's Maze, and he finds his backdoor win.
Maze's End, the new card Brad's talking about there. A card I'm sure we'll talk about at some point here and bring up for you guys on coverage. But it looks like...
if someone wins with that, my God.
When someone wins with it.
Sure.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, you have to play so many gates.
It's going to happen. I can't wait for it to happen.
And the
either.
one person just runs 10-1 of gates and you just slime. You're like, yes.
Winner. Yeah, it's acidic slime one of them. It would be Conley doing the acidic slime, I'm sure. the fun police.
I like how acidic slamming your opponent's land is like the bad guy play of the format
You
now.
big jerk.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to see the Ovenwall tracker come down here, and we are. And now here comes Lotless Troll.
All right, so again, no fear for Nicholas to just. Ooh.
There's your end step.
Was
Wolf
there no
Adventure.
trample damage?
Yeah, I think we'll get our life totals updated here because I think Adrian should be at a little bit lower life total
Should
than he
be
is
at 2 as long as all trample damage was. Yeah.
Yeah, he is at 2, so we do have that updated for you guys correctly. Ovenwall tracker, the draw there for Nicholas, but it looks like this should be a lethal attack here with all the goons. And you see him already moving up the counters.
Yeah, moving up before the tap. I love it. They can't be the same though.
Actually.
Oh yeah, because he did get the one trigger for the death. Okay.
So the trampling one is going to be the biggest problem. You see Rancor plus Predator is a lethal combination. And one that is probably going to send this into a third game here.
All right, so the plays definitely seems important, and keeping those Predators is like we can even see, even have a regenerating defenders, is no stopping these trample oozes.
Yeah.
Very powerful effect for the mirror match.
It is an ooze war. It's all about Predator ooze and who can keep them around, and then that wins the game, as we see.
I mean, the one benefit between Adrian is he has secondary oozes in the form of Lotless Troll, so those can be aggressive regenerating with Rancors if both players don't have any other oozes.
And also Adrian has the access to Tragic Slip, where Nicholas does not. Nicholas has Celestial Charm, but ooze can already get a lot of work and damage through by the time Celestial Charm actually gets turned on. So.
Or if Adrian just has a fast aggressive start, he can slip one of those mana development creatures, and then it slows down all of Nicholas's
So we are going to see both players moving on to a game 3 here momentarily. Again, if you guys are just joining us, Cedric Phillips, Brad Nelson here in the booth. Star City Games Open Series has made its way down to Orlando, Florida. We can enjoy some beautiful weather instead of some snow as we did in Kansas City last weekend.
Well, you did with
I guess I quote-unquote enjoyed the snow.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, on our way back from Pittsburgh, we did get snowed in, and we got stuck an hour out of Roanoke for the
Really?
night. Yeah.
That sucks.
It was so bad, we just like we couldn't see the road, and we had to stop at a gas station, and we waited for like trucks to drive on this road so we could see a path, so we knew we weren't driving.
Bad?
It was bad.
Wow.
Visibility was like nothing.
Wow, I did not know that. How long was the drive from Pittsburgh to
It's about 6.5.
That's it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Everything is 6 hours from Roanoke.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
It's like there's one 9-hour drive, one 3-hour, or one 8-hour drive, one 3-hour drive, and everything else is 6.
Wow, I had no idea Pittsburgh was that close to Roanoke.
Yeah.
My geography is very poor, I guess. I think of Roanoke kind of tucked away on the East Coast for some reason.
You don't get the benefit of having the 2-hour drive anywhere.
Okay.
Like DC's the closest, which is 3.
Okay.
But other than that, it's all pretty convenient.
Okay. Fair enough.
And to be fair, if you're bored in a car, you just like Todd Anderson is very entertaining. Even if you like or dislike the things he's saying, he's like a TV show. You can turn him on, you can put headphones on when you want to shut him up.
That's a backhanded compliment, I think, Todd. But you'll take it.
No, it's a compliment.
You have to take it either way, because there's no going back now. We do see both players are drawing their 7 cards here. Again, we do think this matchup does favor Adrian and his black-green ooze deck, but he is going to take a mulligan here as Nicholas is keeping his 7. Adrian going to be on the play this game, but he's going to start with at least 6 cards.
So it's just the well-kept beard. That's the beard breaker.
The beard is key?
Yeah, the beard is key. It's just keeping it a little bit more trimmed. That's the win.
So I shouldn't be clean shaven anymore. I think I got to fix that. I'm gonna grow it back out. I shaved 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Every time I shave off my beard, I just regret it immediately. Yeah, I keep doing it.
Until I drop like 100 pounds, I'm not shaving my beard off.
Okay. Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
So I'll have a beard till I die. All right, so
let's gonna take a look at his 6 here. That's a man with a hand I don't think he wants to keep. That's
He's gonna keep.
Is that a YOLO keep?
Yeah, I think it was a yellow keep, and he was like waiting to draw cards. Like, oh yeah, I don't get to do that either.
Well, he's got. I mean, he's got a second land and a Dead Bridge Goliath, among other things. Nicholas just with a Temple Garden. He does draw a Arbor Elf, so maybe it was a fake YOLO key.
Ooh, but he has that Garrick too. So like, if he gets to go Dead Bridge Goliath into draw 5.
All right, so here comes a Strangleroot Geist for Nicholas. Gonna knock Adrian down to 18. Adrian gonna draw a card. He draws like a Gary Gilgate, so he has black mana now.
Does he not have one in hand?
Nope. He did not have black mana in his hand.
No,
his hand right now, he has the big 5 mana Garrick, a Lotless Troll, a Dead Bridge Goliath, and a Golgari Gilgate.
This is YOLO. Put that Dead Bridge Goliath into play and then draw 5 the next turn.
All right, so there is Dead Bridge. Turn 3, 5/5. Your turn.
All right, so let's see what Nicholas can do on this board. He does have Celestial Charms to potentially take care of this Dead Bridge Goliath. Yep, there it is. Gonna handle that guy, and because it's RFG'd, we're not gonna see any scavenge, even though you wanted to.
I want to see scavenge. I want to see an aggressively priced scavenge card. Dreadmangler ain't it.
Slitherhead.
That ain't it either.
If you signed up for draft number 2, your event's ready to start. Please come see your
Now we're going to see the 5 mana Garrick. So Garrick Primal Hunter, a card that dominates the Jund mirrors, the mid-range mirrors, is here, looking to dominate another one.
A Brad Nelson token soon to come into play. Or not.
We'll have a 3/3 beast momentarily. There it is. There's Brad on the screen.
All right, so I think Nicholas got stuck. Now he's like facing down a Garrick he can't deal with. Choked on mana.
Got a lot of cards in his hand, but trying to beat a 5 mana Garrick is never easy, as that thing can take over a game all by itself between drawing cards and pumping out creatures. But Predator Ooze is going to try to turn things around here for Nicholas. Slowly but surely, it can do that.
Yeah, especially like if we find a Rancor, I think you just palm 5 cards. I don't think you want to do just 3.
Did you predict the future?
I'm trying, please.
It tapped 1 mana. I see Lotless Troll. What's that other card? Arbor Elf. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so there's Arbor Elf. Let's see if he's going to try to draw 3 cards or if he's just going to try to pump out a beast. He's going to pump out a beast.
Yeah, you're not just going to go for 3. I hope next turn he tries to scavenge just to see it.
You want to see the scavenge
Well,
happen?
I mean, think about it. If he didn't think about it and he's never played against Legend Charm, think of how excited he is. He's like, I'm going to draw 8, I'm going to draw 8, I'm going to draw 8.
And then sorry about that whammy.
Yeah. And then he's like, all right, I'll make another beast and then make a bunch of 6/6s.
Yeah, and then just ultimate Garrick, something we haven't seen before. We'll bring Garrick on the screen for you guys so you can actually see the ultimate. You see Predator who's coming across here. Because we don't ever really get to see the ultimate for Garrick Primal Hunter.
No.
I don't think I've ever done it before. I've always wanted to.
One of my opponents has done it to me. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it's very not beatable. And so we do see Predator who's come across. He's going to get that counter, then post-combat Uvenwald tracker. Forest to the draw here for Adrian. So he just does have Forest along with that Lotless Troll. And again, the question is it time to cash in, maybe draw 3 cards, or move it up to 6 and cross your
Devin
fingers?
Collins, if you're in the room, your draft
I'm
is
not
ready.
afraid of this
Please
board
come
position right now,
meet your
and
judgment
I
Devin
know the
Collins,
mirror,
if you're in
and
the
he
room,
knows the
please come
mirror.
meet your judgment
You're not
sign
going
on
to
stage
beat
to your turn.
6/6s. So I think you definitely take it up and put everything in front of the creature. Just everything.
The big question everyone's wondering at home, do we have 6/6 worm tokens at the ready? I've got a feeling that we don't.
I'm going to go with my gut and say no.
Yeah, I can't imagine that we do. So we're going to see Lotless Troll here. So the board
Play
is,
the land. Don't miss a land drop.
the board is clogged up. Yeah, you got to play your land there.
You have a Garrick on 6. Don't be. Well, I mean, it should just play, but like we're like being greedy. It's like that 7th worm is so crucial.
It could be the difference. As here comes Predator Ooze thinking about it.
God, he only got 36 power.
All right, here comes the Ooze. It's going to tick up to a 3/3.
Attack Garrick.
He says, before blockers, I'm going to fight.
Yeah. And this is the moment where you take every single creature you have and just shove it in front of that thing.
And say, you are not touching my Garrick, good sir. So Ooze is going to become a 4/4 because it took down a guy. Now you're going to see Arbor Elf jump in front. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a card in the game that gives trample for 1.
I don't believe there is.
No,
right now,
not in standard, no. Worms. Worms. Worms.
Does he draw land?
Worms.
Does he get punished?
No.
He does not. Just a tragic slip. You gotta play that forest. You gotta play that forest, Adrian. You gotta pump out 6s.
Once you put the forest into play, just slam it. This is the golden rule of Planeswalkers. If you ultimate, you do it.
Yeah, yeah. And you see Nicholas taking a look at it. Yeah.
They're both like, hey, what does it do again? We've never seen this. All right, just making sure it's the correct decision. He is sacrificing to Garrett.
Yeah, will he pull the trigger? That's the question.
All right, let's just be honest. You're in this mirror. This is your opponent's board position. How big of a lot lateral would it have to be for you not to ultimate your Garrick right now? So you would just take down
10-10.
10-10
Yeah.
for 10 cards?
Yeah.
I still think the 36 powers.
We have worm tokens.
But we only need 5.
We should need 6. We only
should
need
need
5.
6, yeah.
It's a slight hiccup there by Adrian. Not the end of the world because he does just get 30 power. So now he does just have that tragic slip in his hand, and
he
he
wants
can't
to
start
play around
attacking.
Tibalt Ultimate.
Ah, okay.
Just in case.
I gotcha.
Which doesn't play around.
Tibalt, a card we will not bring up on the screen for you guys at home. As it is horrible, and no one wants to know what it does ever again.
Are you kidding me? Tibalt for Sorin is awesome. Have you played that yet?
You know, I haven't. I've found other things to do.
It's so good, though. It's a good mirror. It's a good matchup.
So Good has been announced. As we do see an attack here with both the Beast tokens and a Lotless Troll. Didn't you and Todd do a video?
Yeah, and I crushed him with Sulfuric Vortex. He kept a 2-lander, I kept a 1-lander on the draw and did not miss a land drop.
Well done.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Done.
He's like a Sorin token deck. I had 2 Vithian Stingers.
Vithian Stinger, another card that we will not bring up for you guys.
You are just no fun, Cedric
It's just
Phillips.
embarrassingly bad card.
Oh my, I was so good in Limited.
It was all right.
It's very good. You first picked it.
No, not in that format.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like that card. Celestial Charm, take
Keep
down a
the
worm.
good fight going.
That's right. Only 4 more of those 6/6s to go, Nicholas.
I mean, we've got Game of Thrones coming back, and he shall not let the wall go,
Yeah.
no matter what.
And now we're going to see an Avacyn's Pilgrim. He's just going to pass the turn back. I think he understands kind of what he's looking at here is he's going to see a whole lot of worms coming his way in just a moment as Adrian's going to draw a card. He draws a Wolfir Avenger. I think
we have enough to do it.
I think it's about that time. Turn him, baby.
It's actually not lethal. It is if he kills an Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Well, these worms are going to clear the way for a lethal attack next turn then. And here comes Lotless Troll,
If he
just
just
string attack.
kills that Avacyn's Pilgrim, this game is over. He wants that ooze dead. He's not here just to win. He's here to humiliate now.
Maybe a flawless victory.
Yeah.
So we're going to see these guys jump in the way of some things here.
Man, I just noticed, why don't we have the sweet layouts of like the fight scenes from our playtest videos, our versus videos? I fought for that. It's like, I need that.
Can't make Brad happy all the time. You can try, but it's not easy.
No. I was still promised ice cream during the break.
Oh, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. My people will talk to your people. We'll get you ice cream. What kind do you want?
Our people are just us, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, they do too. Okay, just so you know, I just want to be clear.
Your event's ready to
Now we see
fire.
Tragic Slip
Please
take care of
your turn
views.
for the side of that stage. If you signed up for Legacy World
And I think Nicholas is going to come to the same conclusion that we have, that there is no way to get
Terminus,
underneath.
and we missed it.
There's no way to get from underneath, this crush of worms. And Adrian Valella does win 2-1.
That's funny because worms like come from underneath you.
And because Crush of Worms is a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was on
Thank
a lot
you.
of levels.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
A-.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Nicholas Hewett does succumb to the Crush of Worms. Adrian looks like he's going to move on to 4-0 this weekend with the Black Ray Ooze deck. Brian Kibler, eat your heart out.
How do you know that these are 3-0 players?
Just
That's the rule.
I'm guessing.
You're guessing?
I've got a feeling, though.
That tonight's going to be a good night?
That might not be bad if you don't snore tonight.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. Might be able to sleep tonight. I wouldn't mind
I mean,
that.
you have the Beats headphones. How do they not work?
They work. I've never seen anyone out-snore Beats by Dre headphones. But you found a way yesterday. It was very impressive.
I don't even know there's a switch that flipped, because like 4 months ago, people like didn't have anything to complain about when I was leaving the rooms with them.
It was kind of weird. The